Hey, this is the Keyboard Warrior here, and I'm playing Ninja Gaiden 4, and I'm absolutely loving this game. However, this game is ridiculously tough, alright? Let me tell you that. If anyone's telling you this game is easy, they're just psychotic, alright? They want you to suffer. The purpose of this video is to tell you the skills that you can buy early on in this game that would really help you with your combat, alright? Crowd control is really important, so most of the skills will be based on crowd controls. So let's quickly check the skills that I think is worth buying. For your combat skills, I would recommend having all of these. All right, the flying swallow, the ultimate technique, final charge. This gives you an extra charge. Then you have the ultimate guidance, fatal flash, one of the most important skills that you can have. And then we have mirage, also really important. Perfect lock, wind run, and Izuna drop. All right, these are the ones that you would want to buy early on. You would probably have to buy every other skill, but then these are the ones that I would recommend getting first. The next are the weapon skills. So for that we have this is for the blades. All right, I have wing blade, falling blade, I have like heel strike, I have spiral shadow, then we have this one, which is also really good for single target damage. And then we have this one. This is the most important skill that you can have in this game, all right? The rising stance spin. So what happens is you use your sword as a pole like Wukong, and you go ahead and you swing it around, giving you a lot of crowd control. So this is a really important skill. Make sure you pick it up as soon as possible, okay? Then we have this one, also good for bosses, single target damage, waltzing stance and waltzing stance sweep, yeah, impact and sweep. All right, next one would be the lance, and I have only 2 skills for this one, as I've just started the game, so I would be buying more skills later on, but these are the ones that I need the most. That is rising twister and propulsion sweep. This is basically good for single target damage, as when your enemies are airborne, they don't have any defense on them. You can easily combo them. All right, you can switch your weapons and max out your air combos. The next one is propulsion sweep, which is also good for crowd control if the enemies are near you. Then we have the staff. For this we have 2 more skills, that is the light-footed strikes, again mostly based on crowd control. All right, and then we have the aftershock dance, again crowd control. All right, make sure that you pick up skills that hit enemies around you. All right, the more enemies you hit, the more breathing room you get. As I said, this game is ridiculously tough. Enemies do not wait. All right, in other games enemies wait, they keep on waiting unless you are ready to go ahead and block or parry their attack. But in this game they do not wait at all. All right, so you will have to make sure that you have as much crowd control as possible when you're surrounded by enemies. These are the skills that I would recommend getting early on in the game. If this video was helpful, go ahead, leave a like, also subscribe. It means a lot to me when you do that. I'll see you again in the next one.